All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we are looking at ACIM, Lesson 115, which is a review of Lessons 99 and 100. If you've been following along, or honestly, even if you are just stepping into this material right now, this specific review is totally designed to hit the reset button on how you view your purpose and your daily interactions. We're going to really look closely at the source text and translate its core message into practical, everyday steps you can actually use today. So, the crucial point we are starting with today is understanding these two specific review lessons exactly as they are written in the original text. First, we have Lesson 99, Salvation is my only function here. And second, Lesson 100, My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Now, at first glance, I know these statements carry a lot of heavy, traditional spiritual terminology. But what do they actually mean for you, on a random Tuesday morning when you're stuck in traffic or dealing with a wildly stressful email? Well, that is exactly what we're going to figure out. Here's our roadmap. We will decode Lesson 99, then decode Lesson 100, map out your daily practice schedule, and finally, wrap up with a final review and key takeaways. Okay, Section 1. Let's decode Lesson 99, Salvation is my only function here. Look at the original text here on the left. It says, My function here is to forgive the world for all the errors I have made, for thus am I released from them with all the world. Now let's put that into plain English. This literally just means your true purpose is to let go of past mistakes. It means dropping the resentments and the heavy judgments you might be projecting onto the world around you. When you release those negative perceptions, you aren't just freeing other people. You are entirely freeing yourself from the exhausting weight of that anger. What I absolutely love about this is how it redefines a word that usually carries so much baggage. In this context, salvation isn't some distant, otherworldly concept at all. It is transformed into a highly practical, daily tool. It's defined simply as the active, conscious choice to forgive. It is the practice of releasing ourselves from our own misperceptions so we can just find some true inner peace. So when the text says salvation is your only function, it's really just telling you that your primary job today is to find peace by letting go of the things that upset you. Moving right along to Section 2, let's decode Lesson 100, My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Let's see how this builds directly on that idea of forgiveness. The text boldly states, I am essential to the plan of God for the salvation of the world. Translated plainly, this means you hold a crucial, totally irreplaceable role in bringing peace to the world around you. You are not just a helpless bystander in your own life. When you choose to forgive, when you actually choose peace over conflict, you are playing a vital part that literally no one else can play. Think about it. If you don't do your part in forgiving the people in your life, that specific healing, it simply doesn't happen. The text then continues with this incredibly empowering line. For he gave me his plan that I might save the world. Just think about the sheer magnitude of that statement for a second. You have been entrusted with this specific plan, this simple, quiet plan of daily forgiveness, so that your actions can literally reshape your reality. Saving the world here isn't about, grand, sweeping political gestures. It's about transforming your immediate world, your relationships, and your own mind. By changing how you view your everyday life, you essentially save it from hostility and fear. Section 3, your daily practice schedule. Now that we deeply understand the message, how do we actually integrate these lessons into our day? Because, let's be honest, knowledge is great, but application is where the real magic happens. This timeline neatly lays out your exact schedule for the day, and it is beautifully structured to keep your mind anchored. Here's how you do it. You start your day in the morning by doing a full review of both lessons, just reading the text to set your intention. Then the real work begins. Right on the hour, every single hour, you pause and tell yourself, salvation is my only function here. Then on the half hour, every half hour, you pause again and say, my part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Finally, you close out your day in the evening with another full review of both lessons. So why is this specific schedule so brilliant? Well, think about the number 32. If you are awake for a standard 16 hours a day, applying this text means you are creating 32 distinct, powerful moments of mindfulness. That is 32 separate times today where you are asked to step back from the chaos, stop letting your mind run on autopilot, and consciously recenter yourself on your true purpose. It's essentially a mental reset button that you press every 30 minutes. All right, Section 4, let's bring it all together for our final review and takeaways to make sure these concepts really stick with you. To firmly reiterate our main lesson statements right from the text. Number 99, salvation is my only function here. Remember, this simply means your sole function is finding peace through letting go and forgiving. And number 100, my part is essential to God's plan for salvation, which reminds you that your individual effort in choosing peace is absolutely essential and highly valued. Together, these two thoughts, repeated 32 times throughout your day, will fundamentally shift your entire perspective. I genuinely hope this breakdown brought some real clarity to these profound lessons. If this explainer helped you grasp these concepts more effectively, please take a quick second to make a small note to like this explainer and subscribe to our channel. It is a huge help and lets us keep creating these structured deep dives for you. Finally, as you step away from this screen and into your structured schedule of mindfulness, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. Who will you forgive today to begin saving your world? Remember, every 30 minutes is a brand new opportunity to choose peace. Go out there and have an incredibly mindful day.